Oh. Hello! Oh, whoa. How are you all? This fine, brisk 12-degree morning. Today, I'd like to talk to you about visualization, which this phone loves to not be able to do. Anyway, visualization is the technique that I've used pretty much my entire life to accomplish things and do things confidently that I've never done before, right? That I've never actually done before. So everyone's got an idea of what this means. If I say to someone, just visualize your dreams and it'll just manifest into reality. No, it's not that simple. It's not the way it actually works. It requires, let's just adjust that. It requires two things. One of them is detail, and the other one is realistic accuracy. Detail, and they both go hand in hand, and they both need to be done simultaneously. I bet my beard is a mess. So detail means every little detail that you could possibly think of, you need to think about it. So every detail that you would experience doing the thing. So first of all, to me, visualization is just simulating it in your mind, okay? So you're running simulations, you're closing your eyes, or maybe with your eyes open or whatever, but you're imagining over and over again these simulations of things actually happening. And you need to make it, imagine if it was a VR thing, you need as much detail, as much realism, as much immersion as humanly possible. So imagine what it's going to feel like to hold whatever it is that you're doing. Imagine the detail of what it's going to look like, what it's going to sound like, what it's going to smell like, what it's going to feel like in your body doing the thing. Every single element of detail is good, and the more detail you can have, the more accurate it's going to be, and so it's going to, your brain is going to be able to make it more real to you. The less detail, the less real it is. That's how memories kind of are, you know. And what's actually happening is your brain is building neural pathways for this experience that you're simulating in your mind. So each piece of detail is adding a new neural network. The more neural networks there are, the more the memory or simulation or whatever you want to call it, the more it makes logical sense to your brain, because it's more and more real. Because when you experience things in real life, you are seeing things, you're smelling things, you're feeling things, you're touching things, you know, you're thinking things. All of this stuff needs to be recorded. You need to simulate that and think about it in the utmost detail. The other thing is realistic accuracy. So that means imagine things for how they really are. Imagine yourself for how you really are. It could be, say you're doing a speech. Imagine the subtle ways that you can behave slightly differently to your day-to-day, and how to enhance a part of yourself that that already exists. As an example, if you're doing a speech, don't visualize yourself being this charismatic guy or girl or whatever. Just imagine yourself being you. But imagine just turning the dial up just 1% more, 2% more, 5% more, so that you can visualize the best possible outcome. Imagine if you're building something. That's something I can really connect with. Talking and building, right? So when I was building this, I was imagining every single aspect of it. I was imagining how I'm going to build it, what materials I'm going to use, what color I'm going to get it painted, what it's going to smell like in the car for the next couple of days, while the next couple of weeks or months, while the fiberglass like just does its thing inside my car and releasing toxic fumes or whatever, right? I was imagining how the speaker's going to mount, how they're going to look, you know, blah, blah, blah. Every single little detail. What tools am I going to use to cut the circles and do the things? Every little detail. Another really, 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 really important thing is how are you going to fix your fuck-ups? Because nobody on the planet's perfect, so everyone's going to make a mistake at some stage, right? So rather than it being a shock to the system in the moment, when you're actually doing it outside of the simulation, go in focus. Thank you. You need to imagine, all right, well, I'm going to use this saw to cut through this thing. How am I going to stuff that up? I'm going to have this conversation with this person. How are they going to take what I say? How realistically, how are they actually going to take what I say? Not what's, you know, I know some people will imagine situations like this, but they'll imagine people behaving in ways that they wouldn't normally behave. And they go, oh my God, what if they say this to this? Oh my God. They would never say that because you know them. They're not that type of person, right? So that's not a realistic, an accurate, realistic visualization. So this is the sort of detail that you really need to think in. And if you do it for long enough, I was thinking about this for months, probably a year or so. I'm designing a speaker that I've been thinking of for at least a year. I've been designing in my head a guitar that uses speaker box theory in a guitar rather than instrument building theories and methods and stuff. So I'm thinking about it. How am I going to construct it? How am I going to design it? All this sort of stuff. So, like I said, these are, if you've got the contingencies to every fuck up that you might have, it's going to work out really well for you. Anyway, guys, that's that. I hope that made a lot of sense to you. Enjoy your day and let me know what sort of visualization things that you do. Was my description the same as your understanding of it? Was it different? Had you used other techniques that you can describe to me so that I can use them and I can be better and other people can read them and they can learn better ways of doing things? Whatever, we're all in this together, you know, so I want us all to learn and be happy and all that sort of stuff. So let me know exactly what your brain is doing in relation to this sort of stuff. All right, my aim was less than 10 minutes. I achieved it. Boom. Have a great day, guys.